I'm going to be guiding you through a 20-minute evening yoga flow. We're going to begin this evening in a wide-legged child's pose. Bring the big toes to touch, spread the knees as much as comfortable, and walk the hands to the top of the mat, stretching the arms out and allowing your body to melt into the mat below you. We'll spend a few moments here connecting with the breath, releasing tension from the upper body, allowing gravity to take place, to feel heavy. And begin to become aware of each inhale, the pause, the exhale. And draw awareness to the thoughts, to the sensations in the body, allowing yourself to be present. And letting any moments that have come before this to wash away. Begin to walk your fingers to the left side of the mat, taking the right hand on top of the left hand, stretching gently into the right side body. Breathing here. Hips are still melting towards the heels. And coming through center, we'll gently walk the hands over to the right side, placing the left hand on top this time. Soften your shoulders. Release any tension from the jaw. Moving mindfully, we'll walk the hands back to center and bring the fingertips to the mat, perhaps lifting your chest and your chin, gazing towards the fingertips, and gently press into the mat, coming all the way into a seated position on our heels. Coming into a side body stretch here, place the left hand on the mat beside you and reach the right arm up and over. We'll invite some movement here, rounding the upper back as we sweep the right arm around, forward and back. And coming over onto the right hand, extending the left arm. Again, finding movement as we sweep, alternating arms, reaching through the side body. Inhale to reach up, both arms up overhead, gaze up at the palms. Exhale, release the hands and bring the hands clasped behind your back. Straighten the elbows, lift the chest, and draw your fists towards the ground. Draw the lower belly down towards the thighs. Release your grip here and interlace your fingers behind your head. We'll gently draw the chin to your chest. Bring the elbows together. And just gently stretching the triceps towards the chest. Allow your neck to be the focal point here. Only pulling as much as appropriate for your body. Breathing into the back side of the upper body and the neck. On your next breath, gently open the chest, cactus the arms, lift the gaze, and plant the hands in front of you. Tuck the toes, lift the hips up high for downward facing dog, and gently pedal the feet out. Bend into the right leg, straighten the left. Switching sides, feeling into the back side of the body. Keep alternating here, pressing into the palms, melting the chest towards the thighs, relaxing the shoulders down and back. Finding stillness in our down dog, sink the heels towards the mat. Inhale, come forward onto the toes and shift your body weight forward into a plank. Exhale, bend the elbows and lower all the way onto the ground. Untuck the toes and bring your forearms onto the mat, coming into Sphinx pose. Shoulders stacked over the elbows. Tops of the feet are pressed into the ground. Gently lift your gaze and bring awareness again back to the breath. Gently release your chest to the ground and bring the hands under the shoulders. Press the floor away, lifting the hips and thighs off of your mat, finding upward facing dog. On your exhale, roll over the toes, meeting back in downward facing dog. From here, we'll move into pigeon pose. Float the right leg back up and behind for three-legged dog. Round the spine and draw the right knee to the right wrist. Allow your left shin to melt. Allow your hips to sink. Come high on the fingertips, lifting through the crown of the head. An option to stay here, or you can gently walk the hands forward, coming into a forward fold. You can stack your hands and rest your forehead on the top, or use a block or a cushion, finding wherever is appropriate for you today. Allowing our hips to open up with each exhale. If you're in a forward fold, gently press into the hands, come back up. And shifting onto your sit bones, extend your left leg, bringing the right foot to the inside of the left thigh. Turn the hips over the left leg and gently fold, walking the hands towards the left foot. Feel free to round the upper back here. Release any tension from the head and the neck. Feel the stretch in the left hamstring, left calf, perhaps in the lower back, or maybe the upper body. Gently release and bring the right arm behind you, taking a gentle twist, gazing over the right shoulder. keep the gaze soft. From here, plant your right hand down. Reach the left arm up as you lift your hips towards the sky and find a gentle back bend. Take one full breath here and sink the hips back down. Plant your hands at the top of your mat and come back to a downward facing dog. Taking a deep breath. Coming onto the other side, we'll lift the left leg for three-legged dog. Bring the left knee to the left wrist. Allow the right shin and leg to extend and melt. And gently fold if this is appropriate for you. Again, stacking the hands and allowing the head to hang heavy. Finding deep relaxation in these moments. Feel soft. Gently press yourself up. Come onto the left hip, finding your sit bones, and extend the right leg out in front. Left sole of the foot to the right inside thigh, and gently frame over that right foot and thigh, and find your fold. Breathing into the back of the legs, filling the belly with deep, intentional breaths. We'll gently lift ourselves back up and take the left hand behind you and find a twist, bringing the right hand to the outside edge of your knee. Gazing back over that left shoulder. Plant the left hand, lift the hips and swing the right arm around and behind you, opening the heart, finding a gentle back bend and lowering the hips back down. This time open both legs up wide, finding a straddle. This doesn't have to be super wide. Just find whatever's comfortable for you. Take the fingertips over to the left and begin to fold over top of the left thigh. You can find movement, inhaling to lift, exhaling to fold, and repeat this as many times as you like. Begin to inhale, walking the hands through center and folding over the right leg, rounding through the upper back. Inhale to lift. Exhale to fold a little deeper. Inhale to lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, walk the hands through to center and find a wide-legged straddle, forward fold. You can come onto your blocks here perhaps resting your head on your stacked fists, blocks, or perhaps on the ground. Allow the feet to collapse inward. Inhale, gently walk yourself back up. Bring the legs together. We'll find a gentle seated twist. Inhale, lift the left arm and bring the left hand to the outside of the right knee, gazing over the right shoulder. Inhale, switching side. Raise the right arm up and bring the back of the hand to the left knee, gazing over the left shoulder. Come back to center. And slowly shift all the way to the front of your mat. Engaging our core for just a moment and slowly lowering all the way onto our backs. Draw the knees into your chest. Take a breath. And gently release the knees. Bring the hands alongside the body, palms open. And then lift the legs, creating a 90-degree angle here. Keeping the lower back firmly pressed into the ground. If this isn't appropriate, you can bend the knees or even use a wall. And choosing to stay here or finding supported shoulder stand, we're going to lift the hips off of the ground. Extend the legs straight up and bring the hands to support the lower back. Your choice to point the toes or flex the feet. Again, choosing to stay here. Or you can find plow pose by extending the feet back towards the ground, knees directly overhead. Taking whatever option feels good here. You might like to extend the hands, bringing them into a fist, or keeping support on the lower back. Breathing here. Wherever you are, slowly release the pose by allowing the hips to come back to your mat. Bending the knees and taking the hips wide, hook on to the outside edges of the feet or your big toes for happy baby. Gently rock side to side. Or find stillness here. When you're ready, you can gently release the feet and find your final resting pose, either Shavasana or reclined butterfly, or any other pose that feels good for you. Allow the hands to hang heavy by your sides, palms face up. You may like to take your left hand over your heart and your right hand over your belly. reconnecting with the breath. Breathing in and out through the nose, feeling fully relaxed. Feel free to stay here as long as you like. Thank you for joining me. Enjoy the rest of your relaxing evening. Namaste.